Hey there, welcome back. This is Sea Power. This is the shipping news. Our objective here is to safely get a convoy across. The objective for the Soviets is to eliminate it. Unfortunately for them, I have already deprived them of their aircraft carrier, and now I am wrapping up. That, however, sounds easier than it is, because there is not just a few surface contacts remaining, there are also some guys below sea level. So we're hunting submarines. Let's get to work. Time to finish this. I have another missile strike coming in, and I'm going to start spreading these things out a bit. I have split up the Wolfpack thing here. I'm going to no, not laser designator. I'm going to launch a couple of missiles at these various targets, and that's going to mix in with the Tomahawks, which are already on the way. We have a battleship that says hello. Over towards the right, / east, we got the Chilikin and the Dawn. They too are going to get a harpoon and a Tomahawk, making sure that they get cut out of commission very quickly. Don't know how many of these submarine tenders the Soviets still have, but I don't think they'll need them that much, as they're typically going to run out of submarines very quickly. All the more helped by the fact that we were able to successfully sink an Alpha, successfully sink a Victor. We crushed the Okean's hopes and dreams before, and over here in the north, what was that, a Charlie, I think? Yes, we killed the Charlie too. So yeah, we've been productive. Oh, this guy's still circling. I've already told the other P3s to continue securing the corridor here, especially as Greyhound still needs to move on. So that means we're going to have a P3 drop over towards the east, close to Task Force Trident. We're going to have a P3 drop there. And there... here's the last one. And they're going to continue dropping another line here. This is where I would put another submarine. Also because the Memphis is there. You don't put a sub there without good cause. At least that's my thinking. Anyway, let's see how these strikes go. Keep in mind, some of these ships have been hit. Some of these ships are getting jammed. And I suppose I can make it even more challenging for them by throwing in a couple of anti-radiation missiles, as these guys still have Shrikes. Of course, that'll have to wait up until such a time as when these Tomahawks and Harpoons are almost there. I do believe we have one remaining. Yes. I'm going to tell you to harpoon the Udaloy, which will probably be very difficult. Udaloys are notorious for defeating most missiles coming in. And that's with waves. If you just send one, well, that'll just make things easier for them. We still got a jammer here, and it's successfully jamming all these ships here except the Krivac, so let's jam the Krivac some more. The Kiev is now the newest Soviet submarine. Briefly, one-time use only, might not come up. As for my aircraft, a bunch of them are returning home. It'll take them a lot of time to get there, though. Before these guys come back, get rearmed, and then go all the way back north, I think will be 2, maybe 3 hours from now. So I very much hope that our battleship over here, the New Jersey, which still carries 2 Tomahawks, can defeat these ships. If not, I'll just continue sailing in the direction, and eventually pummel them with harpoons. As of course this task force carries lots of those. Lots of harpoons. Sadly, just the 65-mile range one. No long-range 118-mile options. Sadly, not. I don't think you can actually drop sonobuoys that you don't carry. So don't bother. Let's see, how are you guys doing? Noticing a lot more game full freezes lately, and I don't like it. It's kind of alarming that the game can just very much freeze any time and leave you wondering, is this going to be a full crash? Or are you just freezing up on me? Now, let's see how this Cresta is going to deal with this missile. They're 7 miles out. Now would be the time to send 2 Shrikes at it. And I'm also going to send 2 Shrikes at the Udaloy. If you need to close in, close in. There we go. Shrikes away. Be very careful when your seed aircraft / electronic warfare birds are coming home. Because that means you might suddenly not be jamming things. Why are you ignoring the Cresta? These are not small ships. I don't get it. There's Seawiz. Unfortunately for you, these missiles are very fast. Might not be stoppable. Ugh. And they both harmlessly splash into the water, leaving just one harpoon going for it. Over here, the harpoons are almost there. This is that submarine tender, which really doesn't have that much firepower. It doesn't even have a Seawiz. It just has a couple of 57mm guns and some 100s. That's it. The Chilican, arguably even worse. Just a fleet oiler. Not really any chance of survival there. Hit. That's the submarine tender. Hit. This Krivac is sadly using suppressive technology against my Tomahawk, and it's successful. Oh, everything's targeting the Udaloy and the Kashin. I don't really recall if the Kashin had been hurt or not. Missile is so close that right now they should be using missiles against it. If they're not, then they don't really have the excuse of, oh, I'm getting jammed. That's gonna leave a mark. Boom. Tomahawk is a much heavier weapon than a harpoon is. Here come the Shrikes. Udaloy still jammed. Yep, he's fighting back. He's fighting back. Are we finally gonna hit that Cresta as well? Yeah, it looks good. Suddenly no response. Cresta hit. Udaloy hit. Oh, come on, Tomahawk. Get in there. If you could hit the Udaloy, that would be fantastic. That would be very, very welcome. Over here we still got the two Tomahawks coming in for the Dawn and the Chilican. And that Krivac is just getting ignored. I'm sorry, you just not have a very enticing target. Ah. Sad. So you were not hit, huh? This is what I mean. These things are very good at keeping themselves alive. Look at the amount of missiles they're throwing up. One after the other. Interestingly, their chaff cloud has run out. And with that, their luck too. Goodbye. I get some nice hits on the bow. There's one, and there's two. Boom. Okay. Over here, the harpoons have arrived. The Tomahawks have just arrived. The Cresta might need another dose. Alright, New Jersey, your move. Single shot. And single shot. Once again, the Krivak's getting ignored. Do we have anybody there that can actually take it out? Can you use these against ships? No, you can't. Sadly, not. There are additional strikes coming in. Buckeye and Red Falcon. But they don't exactly have range yet. No, we still need to get a lot closer. The Cresta has been remarkably lucky so far, especially as weapon seekers decided to ignore it. There was something else on the horizon. Quite literally, and that's what they went after. This time around, with 4 harpoons, UGM-84As, as launched by the Salt Lake City, I think its luck has kind of come to an end. Yes, there are still 2 missiles which are getting chaffed. That still means there are 2 missiles which are not. And that could be the end of this Cresta, which has already taken a few hits and is not exactly in the best shape to continue fighting off more missiles. I think the only recourse they still have is electronic warfare and their chaff. Everything else seems to have either gone up in flames, got taken offline by a direct hit, or is out of ammo. At any rate, that could very well be the demise of the Cresta. There she goes. That leaves us with a few ships, the Krivak and the Chilikin. Both of which are already on the receiving end of a couple of harpoons. A bunch of them going for the Krivak, one going for this Chilikin. I gotta say, this guy kind of surprised me. Took a harpoon, took a tomahawk to the face, doesn't care, doesn't sink, doesn't burn, continues sailing at about 10 knots. Soviet engineering. Maybe not the worst. The Chilikin and the Krivak are on their way down. Maybe Soviet engineering wasn't that great, as one more harpoon took it out. Interestingly, mission didn't end. We might still be looking for a submarine. Given that this is a mission where I'm supposed to be escorting a convoy, and this was almost a side objective, I mean, just taking these out had to happen, I suspect we might need to look somewhere here. I suspect this is where somebody would be hiding an additional submarine. So let's continue laying buoys. This might get tedious. Let's clear the route for that convoy. I can probably activate the sonars here. 18 miles. This P3 hasn't spotted anything. Okay, we're gonna do another pass, just expanding north. Buoy, 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 buoy. More of these things. Supposedly they're about, what, 8 grand a pop? So this is 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. This is expensive. On the other hand, I guess it would be more expensive to lose a convoy ship. So, yeah. Sonar boys, out you go. Just as Default 6 is investigating this airline, one of our sonar buoys out in the north gave a ping. Or rather, it didn't quite give a ping, it was listening. And it found something. This could be the last guy that we're actively chasing now, and just look at the amount of buoys that it's taken to find this one bastard. I thought it was going to be here. The convoy's heading that way, but then again, I suppose Trident would have picked him up. Start tasking a couple of P3s to intervene. The good news is we caught them early. Memphis is about 16 miles out, so if there are any torpedoes, I suppose Memphis will, well, at least detect them. If there are carrier killer torpedoes aboard, that is bad news. Because that means they are just about in range of at least the Elmer Montgomery. So I'm going to tell the Elmer to launch her SH-2F, her Sea Sprite, drop some sonar buoys in front of her, and listen. Because if this thing did already engage my convoy, I'd better know about it right now. Let's see, how long is it going to take the P3s to get here? About 6 minutes. Oh, we have time. Here we go. Look at the birdie. Look at the birdie. I'm going to just, for good measure, give this guy a third torpedo. So if it's a bigger variant, it might need a third one anyway. And it takes generally a while to line up a P3 for another run. So let's see what happens. We still don't know much about this contact. It keeps fading in and out. Supposedly it's a Vic-1 or a Vic-2, which is bad news. Because the Vic-2 has the carrier killer. I ideally would be engaging a Victor-1. Also, a Victor-1 and a Victor-2, it doesn't really matter which one it is, but it would be oblivious to the fact it's getting engaged. He's at 58 feet, it's basically periscope depth. Which would mean that at this distance, he doesn't know where I am. What's the distance from the Scot? 30 miles. The Scot's pinging away. No, it's not. Wait. But you are. Oh, you're getting stuck on a waypoint again. You are. And from the Montgomery, this is what, 25? Yeah, 25 almost to the T. So, with the Montgomery pinging and making noise at 19 knots, they can definitely figure out where I'm at. They don't need to go up to periscope depth and listen for me with ESM. Are you serious? You're not seeing what I'm seeing? These things are not set to look above the layer. They're just standard issue. Default. It's almost like they're intentionally ignoring this thing because it's so close to the surface. Alright, search depth, shallow. Single shot.
Engage track 731.
There's no noisemaker either, so what these things will likely do is turn around and figure out, hold on, maybe we passed it. Now he knows. And now he's going into the depths. That might be a problem for him. Because now that he knows, and he is, in fact, going into the depths, that's where the Mark 46s are. They're just, you know, they're heading the wrong way. Memphis, can you assist? Not really. You got a 20-mile range on a Mark 48? That's not good enough. That's not good enough. He's suddenly changing course southwest. 11 knots. Seemingly accelerating as well. Look at all these Mark 46s just completely going the wrong way. I don't understand how they were that far off. Where's the layer? 3, 4, 6? They were above the layer when they were that close to the sub. This is weird. Change course north. Grease to head 2/3. We got another P3 coming to assist here. Be a minute before they get here. Loads of noisemakers. And this is our actual submarine. Running southwest at 20 knots. Just shy of cavitating. Okay, we got a couple sonar buoys into position here. If they want to launch carrier killers, we'll know. I'm now going to task the Hilo with also joining this fight. To make sure we have better angles on this guy. This P3 is struggling a bit. Turn south. Engage him again. Hello? Double tap. There we go. Target 7318. Preparing to engage. Hoping this is the last guy. Bombay's open. We lost him. Depth 545. At this point I could set search depth to deep. I don't really know if he's going to stay deep though. Let's set it to below the layer at least. 545. Weapon away. 1 away. 2 away. Set 1 weapon to deep. Thank you. Set the rest to default. Let's see how this works. Maybe we can flush him up. Going in. Point 40. Torpedo down to 200 feet. Submarine still at 545. I think it's going to run for a little bit and then decide it wants to go down. See, this is what they are supposedly calling deep. Bing. There we go. We got him. 120. 140. 170. Passing 230. Hello. Hello. Unfortunately, I can't very much track him because I only have active buoys. All the passive buoys have been expended. Doesn't necessarily matter though, because I think we got him. The question is how many torpedoes will get him. Looks like at least 2. Potentially 3. So he's 1 hit in. That cut his propulsion. It's almost like they wasted all the noisemakers as well. And here's 2. Boom. And here's 3. Boom. Oh. You were gonna... You're still searching? Yeah, but your seeker cone isn't gonna... It's not gonna get there.
Roger, RTB.
Sea Sprite, RTB... Probably a different Sea Sprite.
Roger, turn.
Let's see if we can throw an active buoy here. 2 of them. 1 high, 1 low. And then pass northwest. Let's see what he's doing. Holding 545. 0 knots. Damage control parties are probably feverishly working away, trying to figure out what they can do to save their damaged sub. Here he comes. 520. 510. Ah, the other P3's here. No, that is the same P3. Which is learning how to, well, drop sonobuoys. 400 feet? I don't know if he can complete his emergency blow with 3, well, most likely 3 instances of flooding going on. There he is. 300 feet? 270? 250? Get over here. 190? He's definitely tough. Considering the beating he took from 3 torpedoes. He's tough. 80 feet? 60, 50, 40, 41. He's surfaced. We have him on visual. He's almost due north. Sorry, almost due north. Bearing 021. I think he might not stay there, though. He might not stay there. Torpedo's trying to search for him at 835. Of course, they're never going to work that. Serious damage to his stern, but... These things are made of sterner stuff than my submarines. Or they throw bigger weaponry at me. I'm not sure which one it is. Has that P3 gone to the moon or something? Oh, there you are. 200 feet? Come on, just sink already. 260, 70, 80, 90, 300. 350. 380. Hoping the active buoy will keep it up. Seemingly not. 450. Send it. Whoa! How did you yeet that out of your helicopter? Yeetus Torpeedus, what the hell? Do that again. Whee! When I said do it again, I didn't actually expect you to be able to pull it off. Watch this thing instantly start to refix his engines. Nice maker out. Come on. 290, 350. Is there a submarine in your future? Looks like there might be. That's his port side we're now attacking. That it matters whether we're attacking port or starboard, but... Yep, he's fixed his propulsion! The hell? 4 torpedoes! What the fuck?
Roger, turn 130. Engage track 731.
He's coming up again. Going to 480. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Wait, and the mission is not complete? Really? What else do you need me to do? Have I not sunk everything? Okay, time for some cheating. I had a look at where the last submarine is. It's supposedly at Charlie 2. And it's right next to Task Force Bruiser. That's the battleship's task force. So the guy is supposedly here. Which is only 6 miles away from the Stark.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar eye.
This is a bit concerning.
On station.
We're gonna send a couple of sea sprites after him and figure out how to sink this guy quickly. Before he manages to sink us. The reason why I was deciding to go cheaty on this is because it's going to be a very, very expansive battle zone to try and figure out where these go. If this convoy actually had a point where they would go, yes, you're in the clear, mission ends, I'd be perfectly fine waiting for that. As that is not something that is in this mission, I've decided to just go look for it like that. Because otherwise, we can still be here sometime early next week. There you are. You sneaky little man. Let's go after him. I am not planning on yeeting additional torpedoes at him. We'll just try to hit him with torpedoes, because throwing a torpedo overhead in a helicopter still feels like something that's fairly dangerous. I wonder how I pulled that off. I think I was slowing down. And then the game went, yeah, no, we can fix that. So, fly towards it. Keep flying towards it. Keep flying towards it. Now, yeet. No. Nope. Nope. Slow, 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 slow. Now they drop normally. Okay then. Curious. Alright, we're gonna attack him with several sprites. Because there has been some evidence that these things are very tough. And I think a Charlie 2 might very well be on the same plane as a Victor 2. At least when it comes to damage resistance. Range, 0.34. What's your depth? 350 feet. And we know, because he's right there. He is right there. Alright. Double shot. Engage. Let's hope these noisemakers stay on point. So far, not too disappointing. They're going for it. Trying to change last ditch effort. No joy. One hit. There's two. Boom. Still has propulsion. I'm not sure if he still has propulsion now. We still have an active return on him. Let's keep another buoy there. I think one might be fooled. That's fine, we got more. 0.4 miles, 0.36, 0.30. There he is. No. Something's wrong with our bloody torpedoes today. Just nothing. Nothing. Okay. You. Engage. One away. Where are you heading the other way? You're not at minimum range yet. At least these torpedoes are circling, so they're gonna get another shot. And that worked. Locked on. Second torpedo has locked on. What? That looked like it phased right through him. I think with some time acceleration, these things are getting a bit confused as to where their prize actually is. No. What the? Oh, thank you. I was thinking he too was going to get fooled. But no. This thing is coming up, so That means you are going to get an excellent opportunity for a selfie with a very sizable submarine. Where are you?
Roger. Turn 135.
Oh, hi. Good morning. Surrender. Job done. Congratulations. The carrier task force has been successfully destroyed and the submarine wolf pack dismantled. Job done. End signal. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing how the guys from Greyhound are going to do in Germany. See you soon on the next part.